What's going on, y'all? It's your boy E. This is the Past Their Prime podcast. This is episode 605. It's been a little while. I'm pretty sure everybody who's keeping up with us has been seeing what's going on in this country, in this world. We got this coronavirus pandemic, and on top of that, we've had a brighter light shined upon systemic racism and injustices that's been going on in this country for people of color, more specifically the black community, excuse me. But beyond that, I want to take this time to introduce my fellow co-hosts. Again, it's your boy E Money, Past Their Prime podcast. Gentlemen, how y'all doing? What's going on? It's been a little while. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, it's your boy Clooney. You know what I mean? We here, first time in a while. Feels good to be back.
It's your boy Combs. You already know PTP. We in the building.
Your boy Johnny Dubs. Glad to be back as always. I miss y'all, man. Glad to be doing this again.
For sure. It's always good to get these bars off, or at least listen to y'all get y'all bars off. That's what I've been doing lately. But
no, you gotta get your bars off too this episode.
I do. I still get my left right in there real quick. But I can't be active as I want to be, you know. But to follow along with that conversation about what's going on in the country and the climate with the Black Lives Matter movement, I just wanted to shine a light on WNBA player All-Star Maya Moore from the Minnesota Lynx. We talking about All-Star, League MVP, Finals MVP, 4-time champion, 2-time NCAA champion. And she said, you know what? I did what I needed to do here. I'm going to take some time off and focus on justice reform and just gain equal opportunities and rights for people from my community. So earlier this morning, a person that got her interested in social justice and criminal justice reform by the name of Jeffrey Irons was sentenced to 50 years in Jefferson County Correctional Facility for a string of burglaries that were happening in his neighborhood that come to find out he was never behind or knew anything of and was wrongfully convicted. And he went into prison at 16 as an adult and just got out earlier this morning at the age of 36, did 20 years of the 50-year sentence. So that's definitely a big win for the Black community, for Maya Moore, and for many other potential prisoners that could be doing time that they really just shouldn't be doing based on a lack of proper police work, people not caring, and a whole variety of other things. So I just wanted to shine a light on Maya Moore for that, and hopefully she continues in the same path and help bring awareness. Because I know, even for me, when I was younger, I always assumed, well, if you're in prison, you belong there. But that's not always the case. It's not always that cut and clear. So shout out to Maya Moore. And, you know, our black queens, they really out here. I can't lie. We got to step it up. We gotta meet their energy.
All facts. And it's weird. She used to play in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the hometown, the whole George Floyd situation and everything. And
exactly.
It brings all full circle, actually. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to take a year off, literally took, like he said, took a sabbatical. Like, you know, she put her career on hold to, you know, go really truly make a difference. Like that'll always be commendable. You know, a la, you know, Colin Kaepernick. You know, so that's literally cut from the same cloth, the same mold. So always big shout out to Maya Moore for that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think I had this conversation earlier. I think a lot of times when we see athletes and entertainers, we forget that they're also people, and they just happen to do a career that entertains us. We lose that human empathy factor with them a lot of times. That's why I think there's a lot of issues with fans and professional athletes and entertainers. They don't understand that there's still a boundary. That's still a human being. He got to go home to his family and friends as well. You can't just say and do whatever you please because you paid for a ticket.
Entitled these fans, some of them.
Yeah, man. But moving on, let's talk about sports. You know, that's what we're here for all the time on a weekly basis. You know, with the pandemic, we haven't been as consistent because sports just hasn't been as consistent. We don't know what the future of sports is going to be. We don't know when these seasons are going to start. When they start, what they're going to look like. So to jump on that, the NBA has rolled out a plan to have a quote-unquote bubble location in Orlando, Florida, where they're going to have 22 of the 30 teams compete for the last 8 playoff spots on each conference. And they gave each player the option of saying, okay, I'm going to return or I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to sit the rest of the season out. So it's been up to each player, and nobody has been forced to continue the season now that they have this plan in place. And I think that a lot of issues with some players with this plan is that I can't bring my family or friends with me, and I'm just going to be in this bubble for this whole time for these next eight playing games that they have to compete for the final 8 playoff spots. And then if you do make it for however long you last in the playoffs till they crown a new champion. So, I want to get you guys' opinion. Do you think that the NBA should start? Why or why not? So, I'm gonna get it off. Whoever want to go first.
I have no issue with like if they feel they have a plan in place to keep people quarantined and safe, and the players want to come back and play. I say, go ahead, play some games. Because soccer's back overseas, and go ahead.
I think also overseas they had a way better plan. I don't think they were leaving it up to a state-by-state basis. So I think that's the reservation that people have, and the cases are quote unquote exploding now in Florida. So
they are quite.
It's fair for people to say, you know what? I don't know, because even myself, I looked at tickets to Miami and I'm like, why are they $70 round trip? I said, oh, coronavirus. So that's Cole's opinion. Combs, what do you think?
I agree. It's time for the NBA to get back to going. I don't love the courts all on top of each other like that, and it's gonna be like Vegas style, pretty much. Vegas Summer League style. A bunch of courts right next to each other. I saw the Miami court today, next to an Indiana court, next to another court. So it's gonna be Vegas style. I like it. And hey, it's gonna be very exciting. I think for the first 22 games. So I'm excited for it. I think it's time. NBA done it right. NBA and NHL done the best way so far, I think, with the bubbles, getting all the information, setting the right amount of teams to be playing inside the bubble, no fans or anything. So I expect everything in Orlando to be flawless. I'm not gonna lie. I expect it to be flawless. Flawless. Besides maybe someone possibly getting COVID-19.
I don't think it's possible. It's plausible. There already 16 new players infected.
Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I think it's an inevitability. Like, I feel like it's bound to happen. And it's not to say that the NBA hasn't put the proper parameters in place, because I feel that they have. But just the way this is exploding, especially that it's exploding in Florida, this is like how, like, you're leaving it up to the players really to say, like, yo, all right, we're going to take it upon ourselves to properly quarantine. I don't trust them, to be honest. Like,
I trust the veteran players. The veteran players on veteran teams, I trust them.
They're not the ones who comprise these teams predominantly. Like, it's a whole bunch of young cats. And
that's true.
I just don't see these young cats exercising that constraint and to properly quarantine for a month to 2 months to 3 months, depending on how long, they stay in Orlando, barring they make the playoffs. But I feel there's a lot of moving parts still. And as concrete as things may seem, like, it looks like they're in place, I'm not 100% sold. Like, I'm like 75% sold, but 100% like flawless? Nah.
Yeah, I'm sold on it. Besides,
how are you sold when Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott couldn't last 1 month in quarantine and they was partying? What do you think 22-year-olds in Orlando are going to want to do at Disney World Resort?
I think for that 1 month and a half, the serious team. I'm not talking about every team, of course, but
Okay, you can say that.
the teams in the upper echelon, Milwaukee's, Lakers, Clippers. I think they're coming with a business type mentality. They're going to keep Anthony Davis. All the stars.
But I think you also looking at it as the young cats are going to want to go party or do whatever. But I don't think it's just that simple. Some people just want to be around their wife and kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
But they can't.
But I think the veteran teams. I think the teams with those guys on it that we trust, we believe in. Those teams will take it very, very precautious. I don't expect LeBron, AD, the big money
They're
players.
naive
I think it'll be
because
fine.
the Patriots, just as an example, have probably the best culture, and they couldn't tell AB and Josh Gordon to be easy.
You're right. But I think that when the big dogs on the team speak, we came here for business. J.R. Smith people, stay in the crib, J.R. I think you keep J.R. in the crib. You keep
I
J.R.
don't
in the
even think
crib.
JR is what somebody you got to worry about.
Anymore.
Nah, yeah, it's Orlando,
Kuzma?
Florida. There's not
You
much
worry about
going
Kuzma?
on.
You worry about the Kuzmas?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I see
Tyler
Kuzma on
Herro.
IG with the next IG model talking about quarantine.
He be with the IG models. He be with the IG models, Kuzma. I give him that. He be with somebody, Kuzma. He be with somebody on a beach. He be with somebody on the beach.
All right, so the three of you all are all in agreement that the NBA should come back, but we're just not sure what we'll see moving forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. And do you think the NBA has done enough to give players some type of reassurance that, okay, we're going to move forward, but these are the precautions that we're taking, so we put the ball in your court to say whether you want to participate or not?
Absolutely. I love it. I mean, they're giving the players carte blanche to choose, whether or not they want to come back. I mean, you see people, Bradley Beal, Oladipo, they're all on the fence still. And these are star players who still have a chance to make the playoffs and still make a run, et cetera, et cetera. But looking at it like there's literally a real health risk like attached to this. So, they're really trying to wait it out and just see, what the best plan of action is going to be moving forward. So I respect it.
Because moving on, just as a last point, what happens if somebody contracts COVID during this comeback season and dies?
Now that's a different story.
Worst case scenario.
And
It's very possible.
that is the risk that you run. Like that is the risk that you
That
run.
is true.
That is the risk.
If that happened, I think everything gets shut down at then. Everything gets shut down sports
Once
wise.
somebody passes, everything then shut down.
Yeah, we know that, but beyond everything getting shut down, you're looking at that family suing y'all.
Oh, they lost. I mean, that's why the NBA, I feel they've done a decent job. I'm not sure what the contracts and all these underlying things look like, but I think they've done a good job in protecting themselves enough by what they've set in place. So I think so if a lawsuit does come about, if somebody does contract it and, God forbid they pass, I think the NBA has covered themselves, or I would believe that they have covered themselves that much where, legal action it would be taken, but, they would still be probably in the right.
Okay. My next question, do you guys think that this resumption season, for lack of a better word, is going to affect the NBA draft and or free agency?
I do think the draft will be different, I guess. Well, no, the teams that are in the lottery already. The lottery teams. Besides the two teams that would get knocked out in Orlando. I think you can do the ping pong system again. It'll work fine with the 14 teams that are out of it right now. You can keep the standings the same way. Only thing that hurts me, the teams that are out of right now, they're all for a whole year pretty much. The Knicks aren't going to play for another year, possibly the Knicks.
Well, to add to that, today they just released details, the NBA, of having a possible bubble locations for the other 18 that didn't make the games in the playoffs to have
a little tournament
and practices. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Nothing official, but that's also voluntary. But they haven't finalized it. But they're looking to do that in Chicago.
Well, that's really the main thing I worry about. The teams that are not good right now, the development of the young players, because you see someone like R.J. Barrett, you want him to get these last 20, 30 games in, get more developed in, get better jump shots, more in-game competition would be good for any of the young players. But I think the draft will be fine. In the Knicks case, they ain't getting any worse, or any better. I think all Knicks fans are satisfied where we're at right now for the draft lottery. I think the draft can happen in January, February, maybe, and go from there.
Yeah, I agree with Combs. I agree with everything Combs said. I don't really. I mean, granted, we know things are going to be impacted just because of the state of the culture right now, but like the NBA has been very proactive in making sure that they're ahead of the curve. So I think not to say they're going to be regularly scheduled programming, but there's going to be like very minor hiccups when it comes to like just putting in place a draft or putting in place the lottery. I think those things are going to still run smoothly, just run like standard operating procedure.
Calls?
I don't think we still don't. No one knows what the right thing to do is right now. Like we still don't know a lot about this. So, like slowly, people just going with the data we have, and things are opening back up. And I think it's time to open it up. Like open the sport. I have no problem with it. I think they're doing the best of their ability, and hopefully, worst case scenario, someone dying doesn't happen. But if everything runs smoothly, it should be the front start to other sports opening like football, and I know baseball started soon too. So,
all right. Well, that wasn't the question, but I appreciate the. The question is, does the resumption season will that affect the draft?
I don't think so.
Okay, really, what I was getting at is we pretty much have an idea who's the top 5 in the first round. But now for teams that are 6 through 30, how do you evaluate drafts when you can't really bring them in for workouts?
I knew you were going to go there. And my thing is, bro, the way that people have found creative ways to continue working, continue business and all these things, you'll find a way to recruit virtually. That's my thing. Like you will find a way to virtually recruit. So like, I don't
think they also want to interview them, but I understand you can do that virtually. But it is a different feel when you're face to face with a person.
You're right.
Teams are still doing workouts though.
You have to take things for what they are right now, and this is what they are. So if you're serious about wanting to recruit somebody, you're going to make it work. However you make it work, and evaluate that however you need to, or you think you need to evaluate it. So cats have to, not to say they got to go with the flow, but you got to kind of like just find your niche and just make it work for you right now. Because what are you going to just leave something on the table because you can't talk to somebody face to face? You're going to just leave a recruit or leave a potential prospect, somebody who could help your franchise on the table just because you can't talk to them face to face? You're going to lose that? Nah. You're going to make you're going to try to find the best way to properly evaluate that person, considering the circumstances.
No, I agree with that also, but I also think a lot of teams, I know personally, I would like to see different players match up against each other and have that opportunity. That's probably what a lot of coaches and teams are going to be disappointed in. But for the most part, a lot of these players that are in the draft pool, you've seen enough of their tape and seen them in person that you can kind of just going to have to go off of that, and you're not going to have the luxury of bringing them in prior to the draft and have a combine and all of those things where you could dissect them even further.
Or even if they want to do some socially distanced type workouts, I mean, you still see a lot of these young cats, like I don't mean young cats, like the 20, 23, 24, 25 class. They're still like working out together. They're still linking up. Like I seen Nate Robinson with a whole bunch of young cats the other day. Like
facts.
But that's also on their own. Now you
but that's what I'm saying. But
insurance liabilities.
You want to put something in place where you're going to test a certain amount of people, a certain pool of people, and be like, yo, we want y'all to work out together to probably evaluate y'all. So we're going to put these parameters, these technical parameters, all these social distance parameters in place for y'all to be together to see y'all work out. Make it happen. Like I don't think it's a complete dub. Like the way you would think, but I think there's definitely ways to make it work.
All right, to follow up with that, do you think this pandemic and the restart of the NBA season will have an effect on free agency?
That's a toughie.
Keep in mind that the salary cap is more than likely going to be affected.
Free agency, no, I think it'll be more effect on the rookies in the draft class than free agency. Free agency, like you're still going to see teams. They're still able to do this. They can do a Zoom interview and still interview the candidates and meet with people. Like, we've already seen the NFL's offseason happen during quarantine. So,
but when I mean by free agency, I was looking more so there might be players who don't get a chance to come back because their team is out of it, or they just elect not to come back. Well, is that going to affect the price tag on their market based on the 60 whatever games that were played as opposed to 82 plus the playoffs?
I feel it depends on the player.
Yeah.
I think if there's enough resume on the guy, then I don't think
somebody like Bradley Beal, it's not going to affect him. Like, we know Bradley Beal. We know where he's cut from. We know what he's about. Like, so if any team is going to pass on him because they can't see him in these last 20 games or something, that's foolish. You know.
So what about somebody like Brandon Ingram, where you're like, I want to see him do it in the playoffs?
Now that's somebody very different. So you're absolutely right. Where it's going to have an effect. That's why it's a player by player basis. I feel that's it. I think it's player by player case basis.
Everybody agrees on that?
Yeah.
I do agree. So, yeah, someone like Brandon Ingram, it would benefit him to make the playoffs and have a good showing to warrant that massive contract.
He was born.
Well, in the NBA, he's going to get a max extension in the NBA. It just makes it look better if he has a good playoff.
Right. You're right.
He's going to get one. Like, it's only a matter of time. But if he can back it up, then it looks a little better for I forget the Pelicans GM.
So you're saying that no ifs, ands, and buts, he's getting that max deal?
Yeah, usually the first one, while he's a restricted free agent, he usually gets some type of max deal. He'll probably get up somewhere in the Jaylen Brown range. Maybe a little more cheddar on the taco than Jaylen Brown, but
he should get more because they made him wait.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. And he'll be a free agent. And he'll be a free agent also, Brandon Ingram.
But personally, I'm not sure the Pelicans are looking at Brandon Ingram as the player.
Which could be true also. Which could be true also, how they view Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I don't see them trying to re-sign him once they see that Zion is who they want to rock with. Because personally, I don't think the two of them work, but I could be wrong. But personally, from the little bit I've seen, I don't see that working long term.
Agree.
But
I think it depends how much of a sniper Brandon Ingram becomes.
He's already a sniper.
Yeah, but he becomes like a KD sniper, like he's supposed to be. Then
Come on, you putting the threshold crazy high.
Don't do that.
KD is one in a million.
You jumped out the window, Combs.
Who else has a KD jump shot?
I'm not saying KD. Maybe not KD exactly, but
you said his name.
As we compared to, he's supposed to be KD light. Also, Brandon.
No. We stopped that after his.
He's supposed to be KD light.
We stopped it after his rookie year.
That was his player comparison coming out of high school, college. Like that's what they said about him. But nah.
Yeah, we haven't heard that for the past 3 years.
He can shoot well, but if he can become a better shooter, I think he can fit better with Zion. I do want to see
better
more
spot-up shooter.
Better, yeah, I do want to see.
But that's not who he is. We saw that in Los Angeles.
You're right, but before I move on to Ingram, I do gotta see more Ingram and Zion together before. But now they're right. That means they gotta pay him if they want that to happen. They have to pay him a nice penny if they want to see the Zion Ingram. I think you have to do it because you traded so much just to get him. You traded Anthony Davis.
You have to sign him back. You gotta sign him back.
You can't trade AD.
It would crazy to let him walk.
Yeah,
maybe they just feel Lonzo and Josh Hart is enough for what they.
No, it's not enough.
But he was the main. He was the main guy.
I'm just asking. Just the way you said it. Like, do you think that?
I don't think that.
Okay.
You can't use.
But I do think Lonzo and Josh Hart are solid pieces.
I feel that.
You cannot lose AD and Brandon Ingram back to back.
You're right.
And they might look at it like, yo, we got Drew and Zion is our guy. He's box office.
You cannot lose Brandon Ingram.
That's what I'm saying.
AD back to back.
But take a page out of Cleveland's book. You need to put pieces around that person. Like don't penny pinch now. Like that's the thing. Don't penny pinch. If you have pieces there that are already kind of exclusive and are kind of working, don't just let it go just cause. Like let's put the pieces and put the pieces around that are gonna make sense and actually move the franchise forward. Like if once you Brandon Ingram grow, it's an immediate regression. It's an immediate regression. And the Pelicans can't do that right now because they look pretty good. Like, letting go AD, just rocking out with all these young cats, it looks pretty good. So
I hear ya. I just know we've seen stranger things, and I got and they might be in practice looking at it like, yo, Zion got it. We don't need Ingram.
I would hope that's not the Pelicans' mantra moving forward. But
personally, if y'all say Zion is who he is, then he should want to be that top dog.
I mean, I think he can be the top dog alongside Brandon Ingram. Like, both of them can be the top dog. They have.
There's only one top dog. Who is it?
Nah, they have.
Who is it? We need to know.
I mean, you see the way Zion plays.
Zion see. We know.
All right.
You see the way Zion.
If Brandon Ingram doesn't have a problem being that like elite number 2, because I think that
number 2. If I'm Brandon Ingram, I'm not number 2.
You got to be a number 2 fan.
But he's still the main scorer, though. He's still the main scorer.
Not better than me.
He's still the main scorer. He's still the main scorer.
Zion, he's gonna look at it like Zion not better than me.
Even though the offense runs through Zion, he's
probably looking at Alvin Gentry. Why are you running the offense through him?
Because you see why we're winning games. That's why.
Exactly.
We're winning games. That's why.
You're not winning games without my 20 a night.
That's cool, but we're winning more games with the ball in his hand than in your hands. Like, you can still get it.
Even the opportunity.
We did. You had one time before Zion got there. What?
We're not going to pump it like the Pelicans weren't winning games before Zion got on the court.
They look a lot better when Zion came back.
They were. But it
looked a lot better when Zion came back.
Over that injury.
Right.
Zion just had niggas hype.
It looked like it looked a lot better. In the beginning of the season was like, yo, the Pelicans.
A lot better.
I started
a lot better.
Zion coming back. I'm not going to lie.
A lot better.
It started looking very reasonable of an assumption that they were going to be the AFC because Zion just had them. It was just moving different. Like, it was just really moving different. And it's somebody that you really got to account for who has a very limited skill set, but he's just all over the place. So you have to account for it some way, somehow.
No. I agree with that.
I think Brandon Ingram benefits off of that too. So it's like that's why I think that works. Like, he benefits off of this man just running around, literally doing all of the dirty work. Like, he's doing all
things you don't want to do.
Yeah, like all of it.
And he passed the ball.
I just look at the Pelicans and Gentry like, I know Zion's your guy, but when the game on the line, give him the ball and Brandon Ingram. Stop playing.
That's a fact. Like, those, and my thing is, those are the little things that just need to be established in the Pelicans organization. But if and when they do that, they can do some things. They can do some things.
All right. Do we want to get in any championship predictions, NBA Finals predictions, or we want to keep the same ones we had? Because we had a little pandemic, a little break.
I want to go down.
Lakers won the championship.
Yeah. I'm still on the Lakers too. I almost regress off the Lakers because of Dwight and Avery Bradley, potentially not coming back or whatever have you. But it's still, I do think LeBron and AD are going to go into some type of God mode where it's going to be like, damn, like I think they're not going to wash cats up, but they're going to assert their dominance in a way.
LeBron has 7 months off.
Everybody else on the squad up to perform properly and well.
Yes, LeBron has 7 months off, but so does everybody else.
So what? They're not LeBron. So what?
Hold on, there's a man right in Staples Center that got something to say about that.
Not LeBron though.
He ain't LeBron.
He ain't Kawhi?
He ain't LeBron. He ain't LeBron. He ain't LeBron.
King Kawhi. Make sure you pronounce his name correctly.
He's not LeBron.
He was actually
he came to LA and said, yo, I'm going to do what Bron couldn't do for y'all last year.
I hear you.
There we go.
I hear you. He ain't LeBron.
But all right, I got the Lakers beating who, though?
I don't know.
Raptors or Bucks, either two. I don't know.
Bucks.
We're not doing this either.
No, I'm gonna say the Raptors. But I think it's gonna be the Raptors or the Bucks are the contenders.
Lakers versus Bucks.
I think it's gonna be the Raptors. And you convinced me that that's you who convinced me.
Okay. Nah, I'm
Lakers
not
versus Bucks.
You said that.
I started watching little tapes, some highlights. I was like, okay, they're a team. Like they're a team. Like for real. Like Giannis is a one-man show with a couple jesters that he can somewhat depend on, but Toronto's a team.
To be honest, for me, if it's not Toronto, it's Boston. I'm not even looking at the Bucks.
I know Combs ain't like that. Combs ain't like that.
Combs, who you got in the finals?
Yeah, look at you.
I mean, according to, I've been looking at my money sites. You know, I'm a betting man.
No. I asked Combs, not the money sites. I asked Combs, who do you have in the finals?
I know I've been stone stuck in my ways in Milwaukee, and they should have won it last year, Milwaukee. But things happened. Kawhi Leonard in Toronto made some great, amazing plays versus them. But I'm back on Milwaukee Bucks. I got the Boston Celtics as a close second, though. Close second, Boston Celtics. But I'm fully invested in Milwaukee Bucks this year. Giannis, the Greek freak, fully invested.
Okay. I respect that. So you got the Bucks versus who?
Bucks Lakers. LeBron been rested, been chilling. It's kind of a cheat code for LeBron. You know, LeBron got better trainers. He got better staff members and everyone in the league. He got better nutritionists and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's had a nice advantage the last 2 months.
When y'all spend, when the rest of the league want to spend $5 to $10 million on their body, then they could get in LeBron shape.
That's a fact. That's all facts.
Like, LeBron has definitely been benefiting from this quarantine because, you know, he got the facilities in the crib. You know, he's been lifting that, working, eating properly. Like, he is ready. He came back with the gray beard and all that. Like, he ready.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fooled by the gray. Like, he ready to work. And I think AD on the same train.
Hope he rocks the gray during the games, though.
Me too, yeah. I already feel him getting all self-conscious and putting the, you know, just for men in it and, you know.
That'd be lit. That'd be lit, though. Watching him busting his ass.
Like, I need him to get, like.
You want him looking like Cuttino Mobley?
Yo, I'd be lit. He's over here busting.
I said you want him to look like Cuttino Mobley in the Drew?
Yeah.
I'd be lit.
Thanks.
If he had the Barry Pepper busting ass, I'd be lit.
All right. So that's pretty much it for the NBA restart. So I know everybody's looking forward to it, like myself. A lot of people have mixed emotions about it, but it looks like the NBA is going to move forward. And if any league, I think the NBA is going to be the one to look at things progressively on a daily, day-by-day basis, consult with the medical staff, and just monitor if what they're doing really makes sense and if it's something that's conducive for their league moving forward. So moving on, let's move on to the other major sport, the National Football League. They seem like they had no idea that Corona was going on because they didn't seem to have any precautions. And today I'm seeing a lot of different updates and news. So they're saying that they're going to suspend the first and the last preseason game. So I don't understand what that's about. Why not the first two or the last two? It doesn't make any sense. And beyond that, we had former MVP, league MVP, and Super Bowl contender Cam Newton signed a minimum deal with the Pats. So he joins Bill Belichick and replaces I think he's going to replace Tom Brady once he gets the playbook and everything under control, under his grasp. So I just wanted you guys' opinion on if this move is great for the Pats, great for Cam, great for Bill Belichick. Who benefits the most from this move, and is this something that's gonna put the Pats back in the playoffs?
I'll just start by saying I understand why they're doing the every other week in the preseason because you want to give the 14 days for the quarantine. So.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
So
I thought it was back-to-back weeks. I didn't realize it was every other week. Okay.
Every other, yeah. So that's the only reason why that makes sense. But in terms of Cam, I love that he's getting a shot. I'm happy that it's in a system where I think he can make a difference and somewhat shine. I'm just happy for Cam. It looks good. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I do think he has a different kind of mindset going on right now where he kind of knows he's not the MVP guy that he was back in, 2015. So, you know, now it's, you know, you're a veteran, so to speak. You have a prove-it deal. Prove it. Like, time to work. And all his Instagram ads, all that stuff looks great. But I want to see it on the field. And I do think that we're going to see some type of success. Like, I'm not going to say playoffs. I'm not going to put a number on the amount of games they're going to win. But I do think he's going to do enough to be like, all right, bet Cam is back. He's able to play. He's not completely washed, as some people are probably going to say after I speak. But I do like what's going on up there in New England.
Hold on, I can't let you get away with that. You said they're going to be good, so I'm going to need you to quantify what good is.
Like they're not gonna be like 4-12. I'll say they're not gonna be 4-12.
Are you giving them 500?
I'll give him a couple games under that. I'll give Cam minimum six wins minimum. I think
in 6 games that in the games that Cam starts, if he starts more than 10 of them, he's winning 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm putting that on the system. I'm not putting that on Cam because I haven't seen Cam in a system in however many years. So, like, I want to see.
But do you think his talent fits the system the Patriots have been running? Or do you think Belichick is going to be able to
it doesn't matter about his skill set. The Patriots is a system, and Bill Belichick is going to make it work with whatever skill set Cam brings. So,
are we sure? Because remember, Bill Belichick is a defensive coach. Josh McDaniels has been good outside of Tom Brady. When he got his opportunity in Denver, it was god-awful. And we've never seen Bill Belichick win without Tom Brady.
I hear you, but we've seen him win games with Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, like with lesser people, with lesser talent and lesser accolades.
Spurts. Not a 16-game season.
I feel you. I hear that. But we've seen a successful system with quarterbacks not named Tom Brady. So with people that you had to plug in, you still saw games won. You still saw not a lot, but you saw success. Like what was it? Jimmy Garoppolo was damn near undefeated before he got shipped off. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like it's we all know New England is their system thing. So
okay, but you're not gonna go on a limb and say playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not saying playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to be 500 because, like, I have to see what the system actually looks like. But I think the system is strong enough and Cam Newton's skill set is good enough for them to win at least 5-6 games. At least.
All right. Coles?
I mean, last time I checked, the Dolphins, Jets, and what else in that division? Fucking
the Bills.
Bills.
That's better than the Pats.
The Bills best team besides them in the division. The rest of the division stinks. So I still got them in the playoffs. Now
how? Wait. Hold on.
Maybe not in the offs. Not in the offs.
How do you have them in the offs if they're not going to win the division?
I didn't say they're not going to win the division. I said that the only other good team in that division is the Bills.
So you have the Pats winning the division.
Right now, I do. Yeah, like Bills are still there.
Are you gonna put the bread?
Matt Castle.
Are you gonna put the bread up?
He went to play with Castle.
Are you gonna put the bread up?
Castle. You said what?
Are you going to put bread on that?
Put $50 to Patriots to the playoffs.
Say no more. Record it right now. 50 cash.
Wow.
In the playoffs.
Wow.
All right,
playoffs.
say no more.
Wow.
Playoffs.
Y'all heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, I got
playoffs.
The Patriots will not make the playoffs, and Coles has 50 that they will.
Playoffs.
That means that division is going to be god-awful. Like,
I mean, just think. That's already two.
That division you can get
Dolphins, am I
I don't think the Pats got anything on the Bills.
Belichick's still there, right? Belichick is still there.
That defense.
First of
What
all,
was that?
if Cam is healthy, they're making the playoffs. So right now, if Cam is healthy, they're making the playoffs. And if he can't make throws.
I don't even know who is this guy. This is the same man who literally hated on Cam Newton every single opportunity he got. Now he's saying Cam.
First of all,
no questions asked.
They can make the playoffs with Cam not even throwing the ball well. They can run bootlegs. They can fucking hand the ball off to what's his name now, the running back.
I love it.
James White.
Because this sounds like
good.
that Cleveland Browns song.
I don't know, yo.
I love
got
it.
Belichick. You must have forgot
I
who
love
Belichick
it.
is. Don't know who Belichick is.
I don't like Cole's like caping for people that he never used to like. Like, be consistent with your hate. You never like Cam Newton up to the point.
I'm not saying because of Cam Newton.
I don't like it.
This has nothing to do with Cam Newton. It's Bill Belichick.
It has everything to do with Cam Newton.
No, it doesn't. Like Cam, I'm not doing this because Cam Newton. I'm not saying, Cam Newton's going to Patriots to be nice. No, Big Belichick's not going anywhere. He's still there. Like, they're still winning games.
I mean,
he only went to play with Matt Castle. He won 11 games with Matt Castle. All right, Matt Castle won 11 games.
And they make the playoffs.
So what? I mean, 11 games though, and he's good Cam. I don't think he's good Cam.
Okay, Cole. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You're almost convincing me to jump on the train with you, like low key.
Don't do it, dog. Don't do it.
I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I mean I'm not going to because I said 5 to 6, so you can't win. You can't jump in the playoffs with 5 to 6 wins. Last time I checked,
Yeah.
unless the division is that trash, which I don't think it's gonna be.
No, 7 games is a trash division. They ain't gonna get to 5 or 6.
The schedule came out, right? The schedule came out?
You don't got to worry about that, Coles. I'm completely confident the Pats won't be making the playoffs. But Combs,
All right, so hold on. Look at this.
we don't got to worry about that. Let Combs get his bars off.
Yeah.
As the resident Jets fan, you know, I was prepared for the Patriots to fall to the bottom of the bunker. But I have to agree with Marcus right there with the Patriots. And he might not be Scam Newton anymore. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. The man
What are you saying, Combs? You saying playoffs?
All I know is the man who originally called him Scam Newton in college, Mr. Justin McGee, texted me himself and said, "Hold on, you got to reevaluate Scam Newton himself." Now, Bill Belichick. I'm expecting MVP type things.
Wow.
I expect the Patriots and the Buffalo Bills.
Right now, what?
I expect the Patriots, Ravens, and Chiefs to be right there at the finish line.
For the AFC. Wow.
I think the biggest thing they were missing last year was a dynamic quarterback. They don't have many weapons on. I think with Cam, James White, like you just said, Sonny Michel, the nice 3-headed monster, and don't forget that Josh McDaniels did draft Tim Tebow in Denver, so he tried to
Did awful with him.
Yes, but that's Tim Tebow. Cam Newton is Tim Tebow just on steroids. So I gotta believe that McDaniels got something he can work with. They watch him.
He made the playoffs, Tim Tebow. Don't say he's awful. He made the playoffs, Tim Tebow.
All right. And they
just because you make the playoffs doesn't mean you're good.
It's not awful though. It's not just the word awful. Second.
I remember the Demaryius Thomas stiff arm. I remember it. Ike Taylor.
Goodness.
All right. Good question though. So basically, what I gather is that the Coles brothers believe in Bill Belichick more than they believe it was Tom Brady.
It's not just that, because I'm not a fan of what the Jets are doing right now. The Jets, this Adam Gase thing, my brother Jamal.
First of all, Jamal is drunk. He needs to go play this football season. He's a good safety. He's not great.
Oh, he's the best in the game.
He's not second coming of Ed Reed.
He's not there. He's Palomalu. He's Palomalu.
He's not even that.
He's Palomalu.
Oh, he's not. Palomalu ain't missing no tackles. Every time I watch the Jets game, I see Jamal Adams running after somebody.
Because he don't got Casey Hampton in front of him, Lawrence Timmons, James Harrison.
The money that Jamal Adams is asking for is somebody like a honey badger.
Jamal Adams is not Minka Fitzpatrick. Like I don't know why y'all jumping out. He's not even Minka.
He's not.
Minka was bucking this year. Jamal Adams was a bucket like that.
He's a
Minka capable of making the whole.
He's a Palomalu. He's a game wrecker. He's a game wrecker.
So why the Jets defense so awful?
We don't have a pass rusher. We don't have a number one pass rusher.
If you that guy, why that defense so awful? And
we're the top.
And you're not getting tackles.
We're the top 10 defense last year. Top 10 defense last year. Top 10 defense with only Jamal. Last year. No number one cornerback. No number one pass rusher.
Your boy is drunk.
Jamal Adams.
He's drunk, and he's going to stay a Jet because there's no franchise that's giving up no picks of money for that drunk man.
You say he want to go to Dallas.
Man, that's Jamal Adams.
I do think they would have got a deal done at the draft time, but it's Adam Gase thing and that's why I like Cam Newton, because Cam Newton comes to town, they can beat us twice, lose Buffalo twice, lose Miami twice.
You're not gonna
out of there. I'm on Team Jamal. Adam Gase gotta go, and Cam Newton beating us twice gets him out of there. I'm with it.
Why do you think that? Why did the Patriots win bad this year though? Like what top bad last year, and they were good up to a great defense.
No, I don't think they're going to be bad. I just need to see what Cam Newton looks like come training camp, come a couple preseason games. That's why I'm not going to just jump out.
I'm asking you. I'm saying
in that division. So
I'm saying that Cam Newton doesn't have to be great though.
Clear front runner for that division, like clear.
I just don't think he has enough. That's me personally.
But
and I don't think Belichick is gonna work.
I don't think Cam has to be great. Like Tom Brady wasn't.
I asked him to be great, but that offense is putrid to me.
They were bad last year.
Yeah.
So I think if Cam can still move, if he's able to move still, and it's a similar offense, it's quick passes.
Move, and do what?
Move the ball.
Like just the same Duncan
right.
Dodd. Like,
if he can still run past people and truck you,
who's getting open?
Huh?
Who's getting open?
Oh, what's his name? The fucking little white dude.
Edelman, N'Keal Harry.
Edelman. I don't want to see N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry? We haven't seen him
I'm just saying that's a young piece that he has to work
know if he could play a full season.
He's a first-round pick. He got to show up.
The first-round pick that was born on the pup list.
Okay.
He got to show up. He got to show up. He got to show up.
And I think a lot of young cats they can't deal with the aura of a Tom Brady as their quarterback. So I think N'Keal Harry will respond way better than somebody like Cam Newton. He probably relates more. Like they probably will talk. Like you already saw Cam and Mohamed Sanu linking up. Like Mohamed Sanu, he's not garbage. I'm not saying he's top flight, but like he looked pretty deep alongside of him.
When the last time he got in the end zone?
No.
Sometime in like
Patriots
2017 when he was in Atlanta.
The Patriots are going to run that rock and play defense, right? And they're going to ask Cam to make certain spots, certain plays, certain spots. Belichick is not going to have Cam Newton throw the ball 3 times a game. That ain't happening.
25.
They're going to play good defense. They drafted another running back last year. They got Sonny Michel. They got James White. They got a bunch of small guys that Cam Newton was just playing with. And they're going to run that rock.
We're going to see.
Games, but I think it's going to be a very slept-on offense. Like I think things are not going to be as putrid as we think. Like that's why I'm just giving the baseline of 5 to 6 games because I need to see it. But it could very well be 8 games. They could very well be in some type of contention for the division.
Oh, contention, yeah. I think they're 7-9, 8-18.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna just give them the division because I need to see it because and the Bills still exist. Last time I checked. So
yeah, I think the Bills win the division, and I think the Patriots just miss out. I don't see them easily getting to the playoffs, but it'll be.
Man, I'm looking at the schedule right now.
All right. Yo, we gotta get that deep, though. You got your bars off.
They winning some games here.
All right, I'm thinking they win in 7 or 8 games. You thinking they win in 9 or 10?
Yeah.
All right, so that's where we at. We got 50 cash on it. Come December, we gonna see.
You bold, Cole.
We're gonna see.
You bold.
So moving forward, I think the big elephant in the room right now is pending contract dispute between Dakota Prescott and Jerry Jones and Dallas Cowboys. In your guys' opinion, do you feel like from what's being reported is Dak asking for too much money, or are the Cowboys right for saying, nah, play on the tag and we'll see if he's really about that again? After he's won Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2 division titles, and a playoff game.
As long as you could apply the NFL franchise tag, go ahead. Apply that shit. Make them prove it again.
Cowboys disrespectful.
They are disrespectful, but I mean, from a business aspect, you know.
That's not what I'm asking from a business aspect.
Thing.
I just want you to know your opinion, Coles.
I'm saying, if
I'll
do the same thing. Like, from a business aspect, I'll do the same shit.
But would you come out and say he's our quarterback, we're going to get a deal done, and then give him a tag?
No, because it's disrespectful. Like, because
I might not say that. I probably wouldn't say that shit. But
you're telling him he's not your quarterback. That's what you're telling him by giving him the tag. Like, you're a quarterback for this 1 year because now you got to prove something. And we really have to see if you're worth this long-term deal that you say you're worth. Like,
but my question to you, Coles, why not get a deal done and not worry about that? You're paying everyone else but your quarterback, which is an important position. And if you don't believe on him, just move on and trade him.
Because he makes my team better for the moment. I believe in him. I just don't believe in him yet. I don't believe in him yet. So you wanna hedge your bets. He's like the girl that and should be your wifey, but you hold off a little longer. You're like, ah.
How much longer? They held off for 3 years.
Some niggas hold forever. Some niggas they gave him 10 years.
Like, word, you really not gonna put me down for the team? Like, I'm really not gonna draft pick here. And then
niggas got Jordan away from rings for like 5-6 years.
And you left scrambling for the rest of the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the Cowboys. There's no other option but to pay him. Yes, he's not Patrick Mahomes, but he's winning y'all games.
Yo, a lot of times.
What more they want from the man? That's like they want the man's soul. I think like on
a and my issue is, Jerry, you build stadiums. You paid the offensive line. You paid the defensive line. You paid the linebackers before it was time to pay them.
He sold a quarterback. He got sold on him.
But you sold on your running back who stuck up the joint last year.
Yo, I'm more sold on Zeke than just Dak Prescott.
So you can't find another Zeke. You're gonna find a new quarterback right now.
I can find another Dak Prescott. Right now I can't find another Zeke. No, I cannot. Not right now.
Yes, you can.
You can find running backs all the time. That's why you say you don't be paying them.
Look, they're out there. But can I get him? But can I get that?
Yes, you can. You can.
Zeke's nice. Zeke's a bad boy.
Dak is nice. And I'm not even a crazy Dak fan, but
Dak is not better than Zeke. Dak is not better quarterback than Zeke is better running back. Zeke is
not, but Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback.
He is, but I'm not sold on him though.
What do you need to be sold on?
I'm not sold on him.
No problem. And he didn't do half the shit that Dak is doing.
And I like him, but I ain't sold on him.
People that are not in your top 10 that are probably getting paid more than the man. So that immediately warrants to pay the man. Like, pay the man.
You can be top 10 and not be a championship quarterback though, because just by what's it called? Just by the amount of quarterbacks in the league that stink, you can be top 10 and not be a championship quarterback.
Nobody says he's a championship quarterback.
Excuse me?
Nobody says he's a championship quarterback.
What I'm saying, so like, I don't want to commit to a guy I don't think we're championship yet.
But the rest of the league is committing to guys that ain't never going to win.
And that's their problem. That's their problem. That's their fault.
Okay. So you only think the only misstep was Jerry Jones saying that the deal was going to get done. Beyond that, he's doing what he got to do.
Yo, if he obviously he don't feel that he's a first quarterback for him. So I feel like go do the same thing. I haven't commit to him yet. Based on the NFL rules, I don't have to commit to you. I can keep it a one-year deal, keep you hungry, keep squeezing everything out of you. So I make a decision.
I think it works both ways, and I do think that Dak can be a little more workable with Jerry Jones here because I do think because Dak Prescott wouldn't have a lot of money. As Dak being a quarterback for the Cowboys gets him a lot of things. Hold on.
It does. To cut you off, but hold on.
You're playing the incentive game. Like, that's what you're doing.
So hold on. I got this. So because he's getting these incentive deals, what's Jerry getting because Dak Prescott is winning games?
Multi-billion-dollar stadiums built. That's like.
I'm not saying that, but Dak Prescott doesn't need Pat Mahomes money. He isn't Pat Mahomes.
Who's to say that you know what he needs?
He's not worth that. He's not worth that. He's not.
So Jerry's worth $1 billion stadium? He don't get on the field.
All right, but Dak has made a lot of money off the field just by being a Cowboy.
That got nothing to do with the Cowboys.
It does. It's all the Cowboys.
No, it doesn't. I'm getting them deals because I win games on Sunday.
If Dak was a quarterback for
half the production.
Dak has more.
So now it's time to pay for my production.
Who has more commercials than Dak in the NFL right now? Who got more commercials than Dak? He's the most. He is the most.
What was that?
Dak is the most commercials in the NFL right now. Oikos, chunky chicken, chunky soup.
Who's in the commercial? Is it Dak Prescott or is it the Dallas Cowboys?
I thought Dak was his brother in the commercial. Dak got a commercial with his brothers.
Who's in the commercial? Is it Dak or the Cowboys?
I'm just saying. Dak has got a lot of things.
Say it again.
Who is in the commercial? Is it Dak Prescott or the Dallas Cowboys?
But he got it by being a Cowboys quarterback.
And what did he do as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback?
But you see what
he produced. So pay for the production.
Jerry Jones is telling you, Dak, You see Troy. You see Tony Romo. You getting all their nothings right now. You don't need Pat Mahomes' money. You don't need that. You're not worth that.
No, but he's not asking for Pat Mahomes' money.
I saw the check. I was told Dak Prescott got top 5 quarterback money or top 10.
He should.
And why he didn't accept it? He didn't sign a deal.
No. Combs, don't fall for it.
Dak Prescott.
Wait.
He's been over a lot of money. Dak Prescott. He's been over a lot of money.
No. The question is
the guaranteed money though.
How much guaranteed money? Nobody wants to
guaranteed money. You know that, Combs. Don't get fooled by the bells and whistles 5 years.
I don't know.
Exactly.
How much is guaranteed?
But I do know.
If the guarantees were the same as Carson Wentz, I guarantee Dak Prescott would have signed that contract and said, let's do it.
I don't know if he would. I don't know.
I don't do that, Combs.
I don't know.
Combs, you know it.
Don't do that.
Dak knows he got a 34.
If the guarantees were correct, the report would have said that the guarantees were correct.
I feel like Dak knows that this year his franchise tag is $34 million. Next year, I think it's $40 million. His franchise tag. Mm-hmm. So that's where he wants to start. He wants to start his deal at $34 million. He's only $34 million a year.
But Ryan Tannehill is.
How much Ryan Tannehill got? I don't know what money Ryan Tannehill got. How much money Ryan Tannehill? If Ryan Tannehill,
I'll tell you right now.
He's in the highest paid anything, Ryan Tannehill.
He is.
He got paid middle of the pack money, I feel like. For quarterbacks.
Ryan Tannehill got 4 years, 118.
Okay.
For half a season.
How much guaranteed?
62 mil fully guaranteed.
Dak wants way more than that.
No. 91 million in guarantees.
In total guarantees.
Yeah.
Dak wants. How much Kirk Cousins get? Kirk Cousins, the original one.
He was 3 for 84.
He's getting fully guaranteed.
Yeah, he was 3 for 84 flat. Like, I need all. Yeah. So he's breaking in 20-something plus.
I do believe the Cowboys have given Dak Prescott fair offers already, and he wants.
No, they haven't because you don't know what the guarantee is.
I don't know, but I know that Dak Prescott is playing.
Fair.
Because I feel like Dak Prescott's playing. I wait for Deshaun Watson. I wait for Pat Mahomes. He's waiting. He's playing the waiting game. He's waiting
for the same contract that Carson Wentz got.
Is he waiting for Deshaun Watson to sign, then Pat Mahomes to sign, and then he might think about signing with the Cowboys?
Hold on.
What are we doing, Dak?
What are we doing? Tannehill.
So you think
Tannehill did more half a season than Prescott done his whole season career so far?
I think Dak is playing the money game, the business game.
He was won a Super Bowl, Tannehill. He was a game winner for Super Bowl.
So we're just going to ignore the first 6 years of his career.
So right now, when he get paid right now, right? He get paid right now.
Prescott was asking for this deal 2 years ago. How they
ain't do that yet.
Hold on, Coles. Had they done this deal 2 years ago, he would have signed this Tannehill type deal.
Hold on.
This wouldn't be a problem.
If Prescott would have took the Cowboys a game to the NFL Super Bowl, he got paid right now. But he didn't do that.
The Cowboys aren't good as a collective. It's not just that.
Hey, that's not what I said. If Prescott would take them a game away from a game within the championship, you got paid. You got paid because the moment he did that.
All right, so this is my last question. You think Ryan Tannehill is the reason the Titans got to a game out of the Super Bowl?
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is. You got paid to be the person who was there when it happened.
Do the same thing to me.
That's all. I needed to hear.
Cole's 100% right on that.
Yeah. That's all I needed to hear.
It's very tragic, but
when the Cowboys make the playoffs, it's always because of Dakota and Zeke. That's peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I hear you, but it didn't happen though. If it's not solid.
It's the other way around.
All right.
Not absolute.
So to close out, do you guys want to make Super Bowl predictions, or you want to wait till training camp?
I gotta wait. I mean, do we want to just throw Tom Brady in there? Tom Brady.
For what?
I don't know. I'm just saying. What Cole's with?
I have no idea. I was just about to.
The man fell off the face of the earth.
Maybe his laptop.
How long is this?
Attention.
I can't make any bold predictions right now. It's way too early. But when Uncle Tom is somewhere on the field, my radars, my binoculars is on. So I'm looking down at Tampa Bay like they may do a little something.
I don't have the Bucs making the playoffs.
You said wow.
I don't have the Bucs making.
How long is this?
Stop it, Emilio.
Right.
Emilio, stop it.
What am I stopping?
You have Tom Brady with 2 top flight receivers, great and no running game. I'm not sure what a running game is like. But 2 top flight
Don't have to make
receivers,
the playoffs.
2 very solid tight ends. You're giving a 43-year Tom Brady a very, very premier passing game.
Quick question. Are Mike Evans and Chris Godwin dumping dunks receivers?
What is it? Another 10 more minutes?
No.
Another question. Do you believe in Tom Brady noodle arm getting the ball down the field for them?
Enough. I believe on him. I believe in him getting the ball down the field enough for them to make a play on the ball and make something happen. It's a
and Bruce, I believe in Bruce and Byron Leftwich. They're gonna draw it up.
That too. There we go.
Bruce and Byron.
I believe in Bruce and Byron Leftwich, but last time I checked, Bruce want to put that thing in the air. No risking, no.
Bruce gonna air it out. Bruce gonna air it out.
Also somebody
how's he gonna air her out with that arm that we see on top?
That's the arm we saw in New England. A little cold. I think in Florida, that good retirement weather.
That great weather.
I'm feeling a little. He got a little bounce in that step. He got a little hop in that shake on that.
What about the other 8?
Tom over here patting that rock in Florida. We talking about? He patting the baby in Florida,
Tom. He's gonna be all day in that backfield.
He patting the baby in Florida, Tom. It's that good weather. You see him in the park? You saw Tom in the park? He's in Tom in the park once in Boston.
It all looked nice in the park. The 4 of us go to the park and it looked like we belong.
I feel you.
It all looked nice in practice.
You see Tom, he's with little baby Dion. You see what baby Dion, he's trying to play quarterback. You see him? Tom with the people now, Tom. He a man of the people.
All right. Well, all right, let's wrap up the episode then. You know, we're going to get into past their prime candidates. This is episode 605. Gentlemen, as usual, this is where we pick a candidate in sports or just in popular pop culture that's not doing the best or is beyond his glory days. An example is Ja Rule with the gyro commercial.
Ja Rule?
Stop it. Leave him.
Ja Rule, baby.
So that's an example. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go first just because mine it's more, I guess, political. It's to all the Karens and the Kevins out there. They are so past their prime right now. And
Facts.
They're not really past their prime because they are fully in their prime the way they're really stepping out there. Like,
oh, they bold. They bold.
Very bold in their Karen and Kevin attempts to just defunct this whole this whole Black Lives Matter movement. Like, I don't. It's just weird the response that they're giving. So for me, they're past their prime and just like their response to everything is just very antiquated. It's very childish. It's very petty, and it's like there's just no rationalizing or coming to a consensus with people like that. So Karens, Kevins, if you exist, if you're out there, if you're listening, y'all look past their prime. I gotta stop the nonsense. It's getting old. It's getting old. It's getting tired. People
they're tired. It's not even getting.
Say again?
I said it's old and tired. It's not getting there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's been that. But just to still see it here in 2020 is just like, yo, y'all, this act is old. Like, we've seen it before. Like, cut it out.
Facts.
Yeah, Karens and Kevins. I don't know if y'all want to jump on that, but yeah, I'm not feeling y'all.
Well, next, my passive prime is, I like to keep everyone updated in what's happening in the wrestling world. That's my forte. And today, I want to shine some light on my man, Conor McGregor, who officially announced retirement. I think it was last month from the UFC. And has slowly planted the seed for his second career, which is a WWE superstar. It's going to happen soon. Yesterday, he tweeted a challenge against a man for the WWE Championship belt in an arm wrestling contest. The WWE champion told him to pick up someone his own size. Then Conor responded, he'll smack everyone on the roster twice on Sunday. It's building up. I feel that we're only a matter of time to hear that Conor McGregor is officially a WWE superstar.
Damn.
So you think he's going to replace John Cena?
No. I mean, he's going to replace. I don't know. He's one of a kind. He's not going to replace anyone. He's one of a kind, and it's slowly becoming the thing to do. Like, you go from UFC you have success, build your name up, get your ass whooped, and then come down to WWE. Having the Brock Lesnar, having Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor. I can see John Jones doing it at some point too. The big personalities. And I'm telling you right now, Conor McGregor will be a great WWE star. Because of that, he's past his prime.
I think he'd be a great WWE star.
So you think he's past his UFC prime, but he's about the WWE prime.
Yes, he is.
And I think that prime will be over pretty quickly too. I don't see him lasting in the WWE.
Oh, yeah. You mean him physically, the mental drive of wrestling all the time? No, that won't last long. But he's gonna get one of those Brock Lesnar deals.
Facts.
Yeah.
He'll come every couple pay-per-views, get the bag, put on a show of sorts, and
Oh yeah. Vince probably already got the marketing for Brock Lesnar versus Conor McGregor at WrestleMania next year. just in case he does sign, here you have the poster being printed already.
Vince may not be putting on those types of shows right now. Really, that's what it's down to, a possible Brock Lesnar and Conor McGregor showdown at WrestleMania.
That'd be lit, first of all.
I mean, just the names alone are box office. Like,
right.
The names alone are the draw to that entire thing. Because, like, I can't tell you the last time I watched a WrestleMania, but I would watch it.
You watch that. I'm
interested in that. To see how that would look.
It looked crazy.
They might fight for real, I feel like. Somebody might throw a real punch. Because they're trained to eat those. So
hopefully he's not Conor.
Yeah.
Hope it's not Brock, Hope it's not Brock.
Yeah, Brock connects on John Cena's jaw. I mean, on Conor McGregor's jaw.
The rap.
We might see murder on tape.
We might kill him.
Might be bad.
Combs, you got a past their prime candidate?
I got one. I don't know if I got this guy yet, but his name has popped up in the news once again, and I don't like it as a Yankee fan. One, Giancarlo Stanton. He is coming to the. I think we're coming to the beginning of the downfall. Actually, I think we're already maybe in the downfall starting last year, but it's looking worse and worse. But you want one, Giancarlo was already dealing with soft tissue injuries.
Oh,
He had a grade 1 sprain 2 months ago, and he still hasn't fully recovered from it yet. He hasn't done any outfield drills. He hasn't been able to work out. He's only swinging the bat, maybe a DH as the season starts this season for 60 games. So I think Giancarlo was breaking down right before our eyes at 30 years old. We probably seen the best baseball. We probably seen his best. He played for Miami. Yep, he played for Florida. We probably seen his best baseball already past him. He's gonna be one of those typical albatross contracts now that he's making $35 million for the next 7 years, something like that. But he isn't playing nearly enough games or nearly hit enough home runs to justify that contract or bringing enough RBIs. So as a Yankee fan, it's sad to see someone that we invested so much into and getting from the Dolphins and pairing him with Aaron Judge, who was also the Marlins, and pairing him with Aaron Judge, who is also on my PTP watch list because I don't like Aaron Judge. That man, he's Giancarlo Jr. with the injuries on Aaron Judge.
How old is he? Like
28. And now he's recovering.
He's a big boy, though.
He has the broken ribs now. Aaron Judge has the broken ribs. He broke his ribs in the playoffs last year, and he didn't get it. He didn't opt for surgeries. He wanted to let it rest and heal up that way. So it hasn't fully healed yet, but he's on the field at least playing and giving it a go. Unlike Giancarlo Stanton, that's why he's my PTP guy right now. So Giancarlo, it hurts me to say it, but I think your best days are past you, and you're gonna be one of those guys, Yankees, that you Big Tex at the end of the Big Tex contract. All those guys that the big boppers, that the Jason Giambi contract that hurts at the end, all those long-term deals that hurt at the end, the A-Rod deal that hurts at the end. It's gonna be one of those continuing deals like Giancarlo.
So are the Yankees championship days kind of past their prime? Like, are we
Whoa!
I just gotta ask because you're naming the stars, you're naming the pillars of the franchise right now. And you're telling me they're past their prime.
I'm talking about the old stars. I'm talking about the old stars. The old stars.
I mean, bro, you think Aaron Judge and Giancarlo, like, they're pretty on the roster now. So
the Yankees are the best farm system in baseball. In baseball, the Yankees are the best farm system in baseball. So the talent is coming through.
Okay, all
but
right.
the guys you want to win with right now,
the talent that has come through has not produced in terms of winning chips.
Now that is true also.
Right?
That is true
Jared
also.
Cole. We talking about my son Jared Cole right now, man.
That is true also. The Gary Sanchez of the world, Judgy.
I'm just
this year.
I'm just asking questions, guy. I'm not the baseball guy. I'm just asking questions as a spectator.
Oh, the Yankees window is always open. That's one thing. It's always open, the window.
I feel like
it's never ending. Every single year it's open.
Right now, Yankees are either one.
All right, hold on. This is not a Yankee report.
Yes.
PTP.
It's Giancarlo.
PTP candidate.
That's what I'm saying. Giancarlo. And now that he can't play the outfield no more, Giancarlo, he's a permanent DH, possibly. We'll see if he can do that full time. But it's not looking good for one Giancarlo. It's not looking good for him.
$35 million for a DH. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
No outfield. Just swing the bat, man. Swing the bat.
Like,
that's it.
Good Lord.
I also have a PTP candidate for this week. Excuse me. I got none other than your man out of DC, Dan Snyder. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but
under Dan,
the arena that the Redskins play in is sponsored by FedEx, and FedEx has asked Dan Snyder to change the franchise name from the Redskins to something that's more racially sensitive these times, especially. But this is a conversation that's been going on for over 30 years. Changing the name of that franchise. If you guys remember when we were younger, the St. John's were known as the Redmen.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly changed that to the Red Storm.
Yep.
After realizing, like, you know what? That's kind of offensive to anybody who's of Native American descent. And I think we also need to look at the Chiefs as well. If we're going to go down this route, might as well change all these names that are offensive.
The Chiefs not offensive, though, I don't think, right?
Yeah.
I would call it offensive. Because
yeah.
Chief, you're thinking of somebody of stature, whether it be of African descent or Native American descent.
Yeah. And
it's like, when did a person become a mascot? Usually mascots are some fictional character or an animal.
I agree.
Whole culture to that is like, yo, what are we doing?
And FedEx,
I agree, you're right. 2020, 2021 is time to name it animals, bears, lions, apples, whatever you want to call your team. No more racial stuff. No more racial stuff.
Seriously, though, like I don't know why it's like an extended discussion sometimes with it, because it's just like
and the Redskins is clear as day.
Right, that's offensive. That's actually offensive. That's crazy.
The Chiefs is offensive too.
I just haven't heard anyone complain about it yet.
It's just blatantly like, bruh, like.
Yeah, because when you think of Chief, what's the image that comes to your head?
Indian Chief, like
an Indian Chief, yeah.
Immediately. And I don't want to hear anybody say otherwise, like y'all or anybody listening, like you can't say otherwise. You know what type of chief you're thinking about. Even down to the logo, you see what the logo looks like. It's feathers and all of that. Like, what do we like, equate that to? Like at times, like we like.
I think there's so many other things that you could call these teams.
Absolutely. I mean, they make them new teams every damn year when they create expansion teams and all this other stuff. Like, get creative. Get in your creative bag.
For sure. So that's my PTP candidate. Hopefully the financial pressure from FedEx will cause Dan Snyder to change his name, because they're threatening to pull out of their deal with the Redskins, with the state. So we'll see if other maybe...
You got to say the price tag of that stadium, just to add some context to it. Say the price tag.
1 second. I don't have that on top of my brain.
I got it. $205 million that they put into that stadium. Like, so yeah, FedEx is trying to flex right now. Like, the pressure is really on Dan right now.
Mm-hmm. If you want to play. That's my PTP candidate. But if we're gonna pick a winner, I cannot pick Dub with the Kevins and Karens.
Kevins and Karens.
Yeah.
Karens and Susans. Kevin, Karens, and Susans.
Publix, they're
Paris.
Like they're everywhere, just flexing, and it ain't cute. And
so yeah, man. That's episode 605. Again, this is Pastor Prime Podcast. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Make sure to check us out wherever you stream your podcast, whether it be Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes. Also, make sure to check out our website, pasttheirprime5.com. We got some new content coming out on the website. And be sure to look for us on social media or IG. These are our handles. Also, check out the Past Their Prime IG also. And that's it, episode 605. I'm going to let y'all get y'all words off and salutations.
Yes, sir. Johnny Dubs. Holla.
Well, Clooney, be out of here.
PTP Combs. Deuces.